Hey guys, it's Abby from Autumn of Pellinor, and today I'm doing my December wrap-up. This was meant to go up on the 28th, and it didn't. Christmas. I was busy with friends and family and loved ones. Sorry. But at least I'm doing it now, so let's just get into it. Also, makeup free in pyjamas. I am aware. Do you want the video or not? So first up, I read 5 Go Gluten Free by Bruno Vincent. This is one of the parody Famous 5 books. I gave it 3 stars. It's a fun wee thing, nothing immensely special, but it's enjoyable. Then I read 5 Give Up the Booze, also by Bruno Vincent, and I also gave this 3 stars. These are just kind of, they're a bit funny and a bit nostalgic for me because I did love the Famous 5 books as a kid. Then I read 2 samplers. This one is Other Words for Smoke by Sarah Maria Griffin, and I adored this. I gave this 4.5 stars. And then the other sampler I read was The Devouring Grey by Lynn Herman, and I gave this 4 stars. So this was 4.5, this was 4. And thank you to Titan Books for sending me both of these samplers. I really want to read them both. Then I read Enemy of the State Part 2 of 6, a Wolverine comic, and I gave this 2 stars. Wasn't great, to be honest. I think I just don't like comics in this format because they're too short. I don't get enough of the story, personally. It was fine. Nothing special. Sorry. Then I read Game of Thrones this month. Finally. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. I did really enjoy it, and I'm glad I watched the show first. I know. But it meant that I actually could keep up with what was going on, because there's lots and lots of different characters' points of view, there's random characters mentioned for no good reason. It's a confusing book when you don't know the world, and it's also intimidating because it's like 800 something pages. I have it written down. It's 801 pages. So it was nice to have watched the show already, and I think after this one they start deviating, the show and the book. So there were a few deviations in this, but I think it's more as they go on, so now I'm in the world. I can just carry on, but I will not be reading the second book for a while. Then on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, I read A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. This copy is 100 pages. I started it on Christmas Eve, only read 1 chapter, and then on Christmas Day just sped through the rest. The way we do our Christmas Day, we get up early, we open the presents, and then we just kind of chill around while dinner's being made. Obviously, some people are making the dinner. That is not me. Just out of habit. So I was just sat there, I was like, I'll read this. Finished it up and really enjoyed it. And I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. I really loved it. Then a little spoiler for my haul for December. One of the books I got for Christmas is Little Moments of Love, a Catana comics collection. This is by, oh, what's her last name? Catana Chetwynd? Apologies. All the apologies. This is a collection of the comics that she publishes. She publishes like 1 or 2 every day online, and this was from my boyfriend. We always send each other the comics because they kind of relate to us. Sometimes the roles are reversed and I'm the boyfriend and he's the girlfriend with how they are. The showers. He loves a boiling hot shower. Me, on the other hand, no thank you. So yeah, this was really sweet, and it was only 160 pages, and if you know the comic style of this, it's not too in-depth, so I wasn't spending too long looking at each comic, although I did spend a while because they're adorable. So yeah, I read this again on Christmas Day and loved it, and I gave it 4 stars, and it's a lovely present. Now, penultimate, kind of-ish, is Legend by Marie Lu. I gave this 3.5 stars. I found it really difficult to get into, and then when I was about 100 pages in, I suddenly flew through the rest. So I want to give it 4, but it's just not quite at that 4-star level when comparing it to other books that I've given 4 stars. So I gave it 3.5, but I did really enjoy it, and I definitely am going to continue on with the series. I really loved how the characters developed. There is kind of an insta-love in here, but it's not done too cheesily. Like, there are tropes in here. There are tropes in pretty much every book, but it's not done in a way that made me... If If you've watched my other videos, you know how I am with romance. Not keen anyway, so this did it really well for an Insta Love as well, and I really enjoyed it, and I'm definitely reading the rest of the trilogy. And then finally, this one's kind of iffy. It's The Mime Order by Samantha Shannon, and the reason that it's iffy is because I am 38 pages through. Hear me out, I'm attempting to read this by the end of the month. I definitely want to finish it before I go back down to university. So it's a big book. It is about 500 pages and I'm wanting to read it in the next few days. Probably won't happen, but this is the goal, so I should hopefully have this finished by the end of the year. But it might not happen. But you know, I'm including it just in case, and if I finish it in January, I'll mention it in my January wrap-up. And that's all of them. So including the samplers and not including the Mime Order, it's 9 books. I know that samplers don't really count as books, but I am really excited for them. They look really, really interesting. They were only like 25 pages each and I was sucked into the story, so I'm really looking forward to getting them when they come out. And yeah, that's my little December wrap-up. I think I did quite well considering I only put down Game of Thrones, Legend, A Christmas Carol and the Mime Order to read. I'm working on the Mime Order and I did quite well with all the others. So yeah, that's it. I should hopefully have my December haul up sometime soon. I did get a few books for Christmas. I'm very, very lucky. So I should hopefully have that up sometime soon. So that should be my last video of the year, and then I'm going to do my like yearly wrap-up stuff in January. So yes, that's what I read this month, and the Mime Order. Thank you so much for watching, guys. As per usual, Twitter, Instagram, Goodreads, blog, everything like that is linked down below in the description. I've recently had a lot more people following me on my Goodreads, and that's been so great because I'm adding them as friends and it means I get to see what you guys are reading too, and I love that. I love discussing books. This is why I'm here. So again, thank you for watching and I'll see you next time. Bye.